Hello, fifth graders. This is Mrs. Salyer, and I'm the fifth grade math teacher at Roosevelt Elementary. And I am here today to do a lesson with you on decimals in standard form, in word form, and expanded form. That's our learning target for today. I first want to start by talking about decimals in standard form. When we're talking about a decimal in standard form, we're just talking about it written as a regular number. This is a decimal in standard form, just the number. So remember, when we're reading a decimal or saying a decimal, we think about its first name and we just look at the number that we see. So we would say 336. Its last name is the value of the last place value spot, which is the 6. And most of you have probably already memorized that it's tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Some of you may look at your place value chart that I gave you to figure out tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. But we have to say it before we would write it. And its name is 336 thousandths. So this standard form, written in word form, would look like this: 336 thousandths. So this is standard form. This one is word form. Let's look at another one. We have the same digits as we did before, but this is a totally different number. We would read this number by saying the whole number first, 3. The decimal point says and. Now, first name, 36. Last name is the name of the last place value spot, which is hundredths. So we would read this as 3 and 36 hundredths. You have to say it before you're able to write it in word form. And here you see that this number is 3 and 36 hundredths. Standard form, word form. Let's look at one more, okay? I'm going to have to say this number. Once again, if there's a whole number, you say it first. 7. Remember that the decimal point says and. Then we look for the decimal's first name, 501. The value of the last place value spot is thousandths. So we would read this as 7 and 501 thousandths. In word form, it would look like this: 7 and 501 thousandths. So that is standard form and word form. And the reference sheet about writing decimals in word form is you write the whole number first, 324. Write and for the decimal point, and. Write the number after the decimal like normal, 685. Then you write the last place value, which is thousandths. Today we're going to begin learning something that's new for you, and it's going to be how to write decimals in expanded form. You probably remember expanded form with regular numbers, where you would say this is 2 times 10 because it's the tens place. This is 4 times 1 because it's the ones place. But now we're getting into decimals. Tenths are 1/10. Hundredths are 1 100ths. Thousandths are 1 1,000ths. And taking it a step further, which is not a fifth grade learning target, would be 10,000ths, 1 10,000ths. So this number in expanded form, I would say, is 2 times 10. And what I like to do is to put parentheses around each place value to kind of keep it separated. Plus 4 times 1, plus 6 times 1/10, plus 8 times 1 100th, plus 5 times 1 1,000th. And that is how you would write a decimal in expanded form. So let's practice some together before you start some on your own. This number is 76 and 429 thousandths. I'm not going to write it in word form, but I am going to write it in expanded form. So I know that I would have my whole number. My first one would be 7 times 10, because that's the tens place, plus 6 times 1, because that's the ones place, plus 4 times 1/10, that's the tenths place, plus 2 times 1 100th, because that's the 100ths place, plus 9 times 1 1,000th, because that's the thousandths place. Let's look at this one for expanded form. I have 45 and 261 thousandths. Well, I need to see it in number form to help me with expanded form. So I'm going to go ahead and write the number form. 45 and 261 thousandths. So I would have 4 times 10 plus 5 times 1 plus 2 times 1/10 plus 6 times 1 100th plus 1 times 1 1,000. I think this is kind of fun. I hope you like writing these decimals in expanded form as much as I do. So now we have a number written in expanded form, and we have to figure out what it would be in number form and word form, but we're not going to do word form just simply due to time constraints. Okay, 9 times 10, that means I have a 9 in the tens place, plus 3 times 1, plus 6 times 1/10, so 6/10, plus 5 times 1 100th, plus 5 100ths. So I'm giving you a copy of the reference sheet that I want you to look back at to help you as you do your practice sheet today. Your practice sheet looks like this. What I'm asking you to do is to put your answers on notebook paper in case you're unable to print this out. And then I'm going to ask you to either submit your answers on Canvas or to send me a picture. But we're going to do this first one together. So what I would do on my paper is I would write my name, Penny Salyer, and then I'm going to write the topic, which is decimals in expanded form. So make sure that you're writing these nice and neat so that I can read them. So I'm going to call this one number 1. And I'm going to go ahead and put the decimal number there, 0.632, okay? I'm going to skip one line. There are no whole numbers, so this is going to be 6 times 1/10 plus 3 times 1 100th plus 2 times 1 1,000th. Now, I've just given you the answer to number 1, so there shouldn't be any reason at all for anyone to miss it. Then I'm going to go down to my second number, 15 and 417 thousandths. I'm going to skip 2 lines, and I'm going to put number 2. I'm going to write my number, 15 and 417 thousandths. And then you're going to write it in expanded form. Skip 2 lines and do number 3, which is this one. Skip 2 lines, number 4, skip 2 lines, number 5, skip 2 lines, number 6. So remember, this is new learning for you, and when you're learning something new, it's always helpful to look back at a reference sheet to help you know what to do, which is why I'm providing that for you here on today's lesson plan. So you're going to be working on writing decimals in word form, standard form, and expanded form. Remember, if you have any questions or if you need help with something, we have math tutoring on a Google Meet at 11 o'clock on Wednesdays, or you can always reach out to your teacher and we will do our best to help you. Have a great day, 5th grade.